Uh, who do you think should manage the social networks in the company? Just the social network people, or an specialist in social network, or should it be a centralized communicator there to support and to control what is happening?
It is impossible to have a centralised person who's going to be the gateway of all social networks information. And one of the things that we have to do as communication professionals is learn to let go. There used to be a time when when only the finance people did budgets in organisations. Now we all do budgets. Communication is a core competency for anybody who works in an organisation. So yes, we need to provide training and education, but we need to free up our true advocates, who are the people who work for the organisation, to be able to engage intelligently and responsibly and truthfully in social networking. But is there a requirement for a central coordinator and facilitator of that? Yes, I think there is, and it's very clear to me that that is not going to be a technician in an IT department. It's got to be somebody who's based in the communication department and who's profoundly connected with the rest of the work that's going on in communication.
And just the last question, we've been talking about external communications, but what about internal communications? Which is the role today of a Dir Com in order to keep all people engaged inside the company?
All this must start on the inside, and internal communication is probably the most important form of communication that has to be undertaken today, because unless people inside understand the nature of the organisation, understand its purpose, understand what it can contribute, understands that communication is a responsibility that we all have, then where do you start? And it's company employees who know the real truth of organisations, and conversations have to be had inside the organisation about what the organisation is all about, what the brand is all about. They all own it, they're all entitled to have a view on it, and they're all entitled to have a conversation about it and determine what it is in line with the chief executive. And then those people become your principal advocates externally. Whatever is said by the corporate communications department, much more power and much more diversity and much more authenticity is often comes from internal employees who have nothing to do with authority within the organisation, but are able to tell the story of the organisation simply, powerfully, truthfully. It all starts at the inside.
So thanks very much.
Okay, it's a pleasure.
For answering us. I hope this is not the last time we keep in touch.
Well, I'll be back in Madrid certainly in September, and I hope to see you there, if not before.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.